Welcome to the first edition of the Secondhand Smoke Artist Spotlight. I'm your host, Waldy Two Times, and with me as my first guest, my first interviewer, my nigga King Goose. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man.
Bro, man, it's a beautiful day outside today, bro. Thank God.
This is springtime coming up.
Oh God, bro, all that pollen and shit is already starting to fuck me up. I can't fake it.
Yeah, I gotta keep some eye drops on deck,
Oh God. No, Boston shit starting to come back too.
I just saw for the first time outside.
It's bad over here because like we got like a fucking stream somewhere, so you know like everywhere is water's gonna be bugs and shit, bro.
Man,
can't fuck with it.
First time I got stung by a wasp, I was like young as fuck, so I was running and like I swung my hand, that motherfucker like hit the wasp.
Damn.
This motherfucker was stuck in my hand.
Bro.
I was like, bro.
Son, I got a similar story. I remember I was at the fair. This was like last year, like before, whenever, like the last time I went to the fair before quarantine, some shit like that. A bee landed on my hand like a dumbass. I clapped the motherfucker. And bro, it was stuck in my fucking hand. That shit hurt so damn bad, bro.
Man, I've got something about wasp in a yellow jacket.
Oh, I ain't never been stuck. I don't fuck with yellow jackets. I see them motherfuckers like the total opposite direction.
Yeah, they'll like come up and sting you for no reason.
Right.
Because like it crawled on my sleeve and stung me my like the back of my arm and shit. Oh my gosh. And that shit left a welt and it didn't die after. I was like, damn. So I really felt like fuck.
We gonna jump right into it. So take me back. You 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
What type of music is getting played in the house, bro? Like,
my mom played fucking everything.
Right.
She played Tupac around me. But also, here's the thing though, like I got a taste of like older music, but she also brought in like newer music and shit too. So I was hearing a lot of Lupe Fiasco. I remember her bringing back those CDs, and then I remember I went to the store with her when she bought Kanye West's Graduation. So I mean, I kind of got the best of both worlds in terms of things like that. Yeah, man.
It was like, what other like types of art were you around at a young age? Like at a young age, like what type of shows and like what type of movies were you watching?
Shit, I had no censor. Like I was exposed to fucking everything. Have you ever seen House of a Thousand Corpses?
I've never seen that. Tell me about it.
It's a Rob Zombie film. Like, and you know Rob Zombie, there's gonna be some wild shit up in there. Like, so it's about this family, right? They're ranged motherfuckers. And these visitors, right, ran out of gas, so they come to stop at this gas station, get some gas and shit. Turns out their car actually fucked up.
Damn.
So this cute girl, you know what I'm saying, allures the men, and she's one of the fucked up ones. She lures the
men.
Yes, a setup. They turn one of the visitors into a motherfucking fish, like a fucking mermaid. You gotta watch it. Like they call him Fish Boy and shit like that. And it was like this nigga named Otis, like he was the most deranged one. The daughter's name was Baby, and this other nigga named Captain Spaulding. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they also had a sequel to the movie. I don't know if it was like it's a sequel called The Devil's Rejects and shit like that. But I was watching all kinds of shit like that, where crime, action and shit. I've seen like this Blood Money movie where they were harvesting diamonds from Africa and shit. I was seeing this shit.
I think I've heard of that movie though.
It's like it has some bloody ass scenes and shit in there, but honestly I really didn't, it really didn't faze me like a negative way. I just got exposed to all like that hardcore shit. Which I'm like low key glad I did, because like, I got to see like a whole different like side of what older niggas got to see, and I wasn't censor at all.
It's like whenever you like get exposed to it at a younger age, it kind of like matures you kind of.
Yeah,
it does. Cause like I grew up on fucking Family Guy and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it was like I'm in school cussing at like 9 or 10 years old. It's bruh. While we on the topic of Family Guy, I'm gonna transition to talking about Adult Swim. What was your favorite show on Adult Swim?
Probably Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken. I'm surprised you didn't say Lawrence for it.
I see. Okay, so I started off with Robot Chicken, and like I don't know, cause like as a kid, how it was kind of action figures and shit. I could kind of relate to it, but like the whole aspect of like, yeah, it's probably some stuff in there that I probably shouldn't say on the general public. It's cool. But as I got older, like when I started becoming like a young ass teen and shit, Loiter Squad did become my favorite show and shit.
Loiter Squad, man. Loiter Squad was one of my favorite fucking shows, bro. What was your favorite episode of Loiter Squad?
Okay, so there's an episode, I don't know what the episode name is, but it's this one called Rich White Dad. And it's like this dad, right, adopted 3 black sons, right? And then this nigga, at the very end, right, this black dude, well, Tyler, is like some black dude that comes into the show. And then all of a sudden the dad gets fucking racist and starts saying, like, what are you gonna do, you black motherfucker? And he's saying this all over his kids and shit.
Man, our future was just so talented, bro.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy how like a group that young did so much for like the community.
It's like look at that, like look at that family tree you have in one collective. You have Tyler, Earl Sweatshirt, Frank Ocean. I could stop there, but I'm not. You got the internet. You got Mike G. You got Left Brain. You got Haji. Like, come on, bro. Even Casey Bates was in that shit at one point. Yeah. Like, all of them Tacos in that, he was in that Little Dicky show.
Yeah.
Like, all of them are making money. I love seeing that shit because it's like shit. People like us, we grew up on that shit. Like, we've known about them for like 10, 12 years now.
Yeah.
And it's like, other people, they going back and watching that shit. But it's like, we already seen it. Like, we already seen all of it. Like, I remember being a kid watching the oldie video. I just seen that shit a million times, bro.
Yeah.
God.
Like, it's honestly, like, to witness, like, that point in, like, because, like, I think that's honestly standing for hip-hop history.
It's gotta be.
Honestly, it's gotta be. Like, just to see, like, you know, from when they came up to, like, where they are now and shit. I mean, honestly, if you were to tell me, like, you know, years down the line, all of them, or for the majority of the part would be this fucking big, I wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't believe it. Especially, like, the subject matter they was talking about. Like, Tyler was, like, dropping F-bombs. He talking about, I'm fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not threesome with a foot. Bro, what? Who?
But I fuck with it.
Bro, I fuck with that shit heavy, though, because it was so different. It was, like, for me, it was so easy to, like, latch onto it and feel, like, a sense of attachment to it because it was just so different than everything else.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Tyler, the fact that he wasn't censored at all, and he didn't censor himself, he didn't give a fuck about anybody's opinion.
Fuck, bro.
That's what makes him like one of my favorite people ever. Like, you know, like just in general, like, cause it's like, yo, it's just imagine, right? You want to do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And you don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion.
Nobody.
And you get fucking rich and successful and like have so many opportunities based off of the shit that you wouldn't and let no one else censor your shit. That is like the best feelings ever. It's like you trusted your gut, and then you know,
and it paid off.
Paid off. Like some people are honestly scared of that. Like
a lot of people are.
Yeah, like honestly, if I had to think about it, like a lot of times when I'm sitting in my room and I'm like thinking about, all right, should I say this? Should I say that? I honestly like I don't say like hella sensitive shit, but it's just like, you know, like it's just like fuck it, why not? Because it's like, what's the worst that can happen? It's a cold ass bar. It's different too. So I mean, shit, you know, I always get the influence from that.
It's like at the end of the day, shit. As a rapper, it's words, bro.
Yeah.
It's words. Some people gonna like them. Some people not gonna like them.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck if you don't like it, bro. Because
exactly.
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
It's like I'm doing this for me. Like I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it for other people to like try to like get a glimpse at me. So it's like I'm not gonna compromise myself for the sake of you. You feel me?
Yeah. Plus, honestly though, realistically speaking, I think when you make the music that you want to make, you know, you want to get the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? So if like you want to make shit like that and make whatever you want, like do that shit, and it's gonna be cold. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, talk to me about who, like, what artists inspired you? Like, I'm sure, like, listen to Sycamore. I'm sure that you got influence from other genres of music as well. But like, what rappers? I'm gonna start with the rappers. What rappers influence you the most?
Shit, okay, starting off, of course, Tyler influenced me a lot. Travis Scott influenced me a lot. Fucking Kanye West did. a lot of Houston rappers that honestly did too. Because I was listening like Making Sycamore and like the productions, and a lot of it I try to like do my Houston shit on slang. Niggas like Slim Thug and like shit like that. Just that whole Houston environment. Yeah, man. Screwed Up Click, listening to that shit, man. I like a lot of that is reflecting on the song I Just Wanna. Cause it's like slowed down.
Yeah, it's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to ride out like on the sunset, with the top down, like in a slab, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, like that song really puts you in like that mode.
Yeah, man. I honestly try to reflect like how I felt listening to those songs and just pour it all out in my own way, you know what I'm saying? Because of course, like, I don't own a slab yet, but like when I'm like driving down the freeway or like when I'm making a long drive, and like it transits to the nighttime, I could put that on because it sounds so relaxing, some shit you can smoke and just ride out to, you know what I'm saying? That shit.
Sure, bro. Yeah. So it's like, now what about your artists that influence you outside of rap?
Shit, fucking Solange.
Solange.
Like that's probably my biggest one, man.
The Houston person.
Yeah, I fucking love Solange, man. Solange does it for me. It's just like, okay, so when she makes like the project she made, fucking off the top of my fucking Seats at the Table, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a 10 out of 10 album, right? So when she made that shit, and she actually took her fucking time on that shit, and honestly, to me, she made a masterpiece, honestly. And the way like things were structured and on the beat, on the songs and everything like that. And then like later on when I heard look, I can't really think right now. I don't know, but I'm in my mind right now.
You good, bro?
When I Come Home, what is that? That's what it's called. I don't know. You write it shit, I don't know. But for the most part, I was into a lot of Solange and shit like that. She's been a huge influence to me. In terms of like outside of rap music, I mean Anderson .Paak, like Anderson .Paak can rap and shit, but for the most part, I kind of did use a little bit of his shit because like like Malibu when I listen to it has a lot of solid.
His whole Scott, he has a very underrated Scott.
Hell yeah. So like on certain songs of Malibu, even what's my favorite song on there? It samples one of my favorite bands on there. But anyway, I use a lot of this influence on there too. But also, I really try to like reach in and dig in and find my own fucking sound. At least try to be experimental.
That's important too, find your own sound. Cause it's hard, bro. Like it's hard. Like it's like on one you have all your influences and shit, but it's like how much do you really want to take from them? You feel me? Yeah. So it's like that's where like the best artists. Cause like it's obvious that Travis he has Kanye West influence, but it's like like. I'm not listening to Kanye to rage. I'm listening to Travis to rage. Right. You feel me? Like, he put his own spin on the shit. And that shit's so dope with artists.
Hell yeah. I honestly, like, that whole, like, process of just finding your fucking self and shit, it can honestly take fucking years for some people and shit. But to see Travis, like, do that shit and, like, work hard and do that shit within the time span he did, that's fucking dope as fuck to me. Like, honestly. Because, honestly, and when I mention to people Rodeo is a trap album, they don't really like
they don't understand. They don't
hear that first, you know what I'm saying? But like it's so like unique in its sound.
The greatest trap album ever.
Hell yeah. And even shit like that whole 2015 like run for niggas was goated. Especially I think Future, fucking Travis, Kendrick were all front runners of that shit, man. They all did some dope ass shit that literally carried for the next generation of music artists. So,
That's now, what about your influences, like, outside of music as a whole? Like, is there an actor or, like, some like, speaker that you feel like you take aspects of, like, their craft and you try to implement it in your
own? Well, I was growing up, I was influenced by LeBron James. Just the fact that, like, man, people will say anything about you. It don't matter if you're good as hell or not. You could be like, you could be one of the best on the planet. People will still have something to say about you. But the thing is, if you keep doing you gonna shine and prove people wrong and shit like that. Also, as I got older, Dave Chapelle. You know what I'm saying? Because like the guy can you look at him as a comedian, but this nigga is smart as hell.
Bro, did you watch that? It was like this little. I thought it was a comedy special that he put out on YouTube, but it was really like whenever they put the Chappelle show back on streaming platforms,
Yeah.
and like they was like fucking him over with his money and shit like that. Like he sat there and like the audience didn't say a word for like 20 minutes straight because he was just sitting there or like I feel like he's one of like the greatest speakers, like regardless of race or what field they're in, because he can command the attention of an audience whether he has you laughing or crying.
Exactly.
And that's hard. That's really hard to be a comedian, like get people to like look at you seriously and actually listen to what you're saying.
He did that on one of his comedy specials. It was, I don't know the name of it, but he addressed the he did this shit more than once. And when he addressed the Emmett Till and how the lady lied and shit like that, he broke down a serious moment and shit like that. But at the end of it, he could all like put it all together and relate. So I mean, I think Dave Chapelle like does wonders. Honestly, I'm not even gonna bullshit. I think Dave Chappelle's the best of me all time.
Bro, I say the same thing. I say the exact same thing because like obviously the other person that people would say is Richard Pryor, but it's like on what like we're not really old enough to like really feel the actual effect of Richard Pryor. So it's like I feel like we have to say Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's got all of the stand-ups are at worst 8 out of 10.
Exactly.
And then the Chappelle show, no comedians compete with you're not competing with the Chappelle show. You can't. That's 3 seasons of just like Dave Chappelle was memes before memes were a thing.
Yeah.
And he gets no credit for it. It's so insane to me.
Bro. All the Rick James skits.
Bro, oh my God, Rick James skit is so funny. Then he had Charlie Murphy on there talking about Prince playing basketball. Like, bro, come on, dog.
So insane, man. That's a fucking creative mind they use it so well.
He's one of the greatest minds ever, bro.
It's just like, damn, what? I don't know how the fuck that shit comes in your mind. I'm like, what? I remember this one skit he fucking did. He was like, and it was actually touching on current shit now. It wasn't like a whole punchline shit, but when he relates to certain shit, like when he was talking about like when people come into play, like when men come into play in women's sports and shit like that. But it was like, so LeBron James when he goes to the WNBA where he averages like 800 points and shit. Like, it was funny as fuck.
Bro, yeah, man, bro.
And honestly, it's honestly funny how he pisses people off. Because it's like, yo, you taking this, you know what I'm saying?
Like, he's a person just like me. Why are you taking everything he's saying so seriously?
Exactly, shit. Honestly, I think you can't laugh at yourself. If you can laugh at yourself, like, shit, you'll be better off. Because can't nothing focus you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. That's one of the aspects about Kevin Hart that I'm kind of envious of. Like, even though I don't really find Kevin Hart that funny, like, he makes fun of himself a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, and I guess that's just his way of coping with like all the fucked up shit that's done gone on in his life. Like I really fuck with shit like that.
Yeah. I think like when you show that you're not as sensitive and shit, you'll have a whole lot of time that shit won't bother you and shit. Plus you can make fun out of any situation, you know what I'm saying? It's not everything is supposed to be like controversial to the point where it's like supposed to have an uproar and shit. I'm saying controversy can like, well maybe not even say controversy, but like more explicit topics, you know what I'm saying? They don't always have to be for like, you know, to cause like a major conflict.
Yeah, like we can just talk about it.
Yeah, like shit's funny, you know what I'm saying?
Because the only way that a disagreement becomes an argument is when people's egos get in the way, I feel like.
Yeah, I think like when people come together and shit, I don't really fuck with like, you know, you thinking like you're the biggest name in the room or like we're all like, I mean, you might be more famous than me or some shit. But
like we all gotta die. We all got an expiration date, bro. At the end of the day, nobody's better than anybody. Maybe you have more money than somebody, have more connections, more assets, but at the end of the day, we all gonna die.
Yeah, like I believe like you believe so.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I've never been the type to have an ego or shit. I've honestly been like, I'm really fucking nobody right now until I get like put on and shit. So, you know, can't really fuck. That's really cool.
I want to talk about Sycamore. I was around for some of it, but I didn't get to see like all of it come together. Now,
I was really low key with Sycamore, like making that shit, because this is like, you know, that was my first time producing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
you did a hell of a job. Not to cut you off, you did a hell of a job for that to be your first time producer.
Appreciate that, man. I honestly, like, I really was in the mindset like I would not let this shit suck. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I'm just so against putting out something that I'm just not feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I took the time out, and honestly, from a short time period, like, because I worked on it since January of 2020. So I've been making it since then, and I'm like, okay, I started to see like, okay, I'm going somewhere with this, and I started making like when I started putting it together at the end, that place, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit is nice, especially for like my first time around and shit. But it taught me like, hey, I got my feet wet, I got my feet in the pool and shit. It's time to like get in the pool now.
You gotta get the shots up, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And even still, like how, like you mentioned before, how I took my influences and shit. And I didn't want to like bite off of them.
Yeah.
I wanted to work in there, because even when we started rapping like 2019 Blocksville tape, I always wanted to like try to figure out how to get better with it and shit like that, or even still find out, all right, what can I do when I'm like running on my own and shit like that. So I just formed it together, man, and it turned out how I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. It wasn't like my best shit ever by means, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm glad I could like at least get my feet in it.
It's a start, and it's like I applaud you because a lot of people are too scared to try.
Yeah,
that's the thing, bro. A lot of people they just judge without trying. It's like, how can you say something's bad when it's like you haven't tried to do what they're doing?
Exactly, man. It's all about just like that leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? Like believing in yourself, man. Because if I could see like, okay, if Tyler, especially Tyler, like was a huge influence with me producing all the stuff. Tyler is doing this stuff, and he's like a musical god like at this point. And I'm like, you know what? I could work hard and I could do things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like get in there and find my style, especially with production and shit, try some things out. And then, honestly, I was happy I did it, man. If like a person didn't like it, well then, cool, but you listen to it, my nigga.
Because it's like shit. Because like you can only be born with a certain amount of talent, bro. But it's like once you get older, that's when you start like acquiring skills and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the shit that people don't see that's like the reason why you're as good as you are. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like rest in peace Kobe, but like if Kobe wasn't practicing like it was a game, shit, I don't know if he in the Hall of Fame.
Right. I mean, it's all about that work ethic. Kobe had that Mamba mentality and shit. And that's it's really spoke volumes. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit you gotta live by. The worst thing a person can think is that they have time. And honestly, in my opinion, because you just gotta be a go-getter.
Time is a resource.
Time is, and you don't know if it could be your last day or not. You know what I'm saying? So go chase your dreams and do this shit, man. I always been around music my entire life. Now I get to like actually be in the process of making it and see how things go. I haven't even gotten to like a whole nother level in terms of how they do it on an industry level and shit. But when I get to that point in my life and shit, it's just gonna be like eye-opening because I'm like I'm cultured and I've been wrapped in this music thing for a minute. And then from there, I could just get more influence and, have more opportunity to do like great shit.
That's deep. Cause it's like I got a phrase that like I say to myself, I'd much rather waste money than waste time.
Yeah.
Cause I could always get money. I could always go apply to some shit job. I could always go apply to like Circle K and get paid minimum wage. But I'm not always gonna be 19.
Right.
It's like, bro, and it's like tomorrow not promised. But it's like shit. If I know for a fact if I can get up and go to work, I'm gonna get a check at some point.
Right.
But it's like if I just sit back and I'm not doing shit, bro, like come on, I'm wasting my time and I look stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't like to feel stuck in a place.
Yeah, like that stagnant shit is not it, bro. Especially when you're ambitious, because like on some shit like that, shit can really cause you to get depressed and all this shit, and you get anxiety because you always second guessing every move you make, and that shit's not good for an artist. Like we gotta have like a clear like state of mind, like if you feel what I'm saying.
I feel that shit. Honestly, once you put your mind to it and shit like that, you can do like straight up anything within the human realm of possibility. Shit like that, man. If you want it, like go get it. And also, I think like if you can do it yourself, you know what I'm saying, do it yourself. Because honestly, you're gonna have people that don't want you to succeed, or you're gonna have people where you do something they gonna like just shortcome judge you and shit like that, or like they gonna doubt you and think like, oh, this nigga can't do it and shit like that. Man, it's just that moment where you prove someone wrong and shit, and you can see that on their face and shit like that. It's awesome, man.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Fucking that's one of the shits I live for. When people doubt me and shit like that, and I know I can do something, I'll be like, all right, Michael. That's like Michael Jordan shit. You think
that chip on your shoulder get bigger and bigger and bigger.
that's what I'm saying? Niggas thought they could guard Mike and shit like that, and like talk trash to him and shit like that. But it's just like, okay, I got something. I already watch this. You know what I'm saying? I'm never hating him, so that's for sure.
Now I want to go into detail on Signal. What was your favorite song on that album? Like, which song, like, whether it's, I'm going to ask, what was your favorite song in terms of, like, the verses, and what was your favorite song in terms of producing?
Okay, so my favorite song in terms of verses probably be Fuego, because it's like, I think on that song I really reached into my bag and tried new things that actually worked really well. Because I think I can rap well, but it's like I do different type of flows. I do, triplets on there.
Yeah, I noticed you kind of got out your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, man, it's just
I was
like,
working with it.
appreciate it, man. I was just like doing shit that I have never done before. When I saw it, I was like, hell yeah. And I was bar spitting too. Like that's one of the, and the fact that a lot of people like that song, I'm just like, oh yeah, I miss it. But in terms of production, I think Terminator is definitely my favorite. Although I was one of my close favorite because of that vibe and grittiness of it, how like it sets the tone of how I want it to be in life. Like Terminator is just reflects so much of my influences, why I can create this, morphing sounds in my music and shit like that, create drama and tension, and actually make like an interesting song and shit. And I wanted to use that beat, and I just want to like go off on it, like just rap on it. Cause like like you said, like a chip on my shoulder on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I had so many people just like dodging me and like thinking I can't fucking do this, or even though like I'm not the most popular nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like people, thought short of me. So I just want to be like, you know what? I'm doing off on this shit. This shit sounds like malicious and fucking evil, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm up to something. So I want to, I really enjoy it.
Now, if you were to rank the top 3 songs on that album, what would your top 3 be?
I would say Fuego.
Just wait, are you going like in list of like from 1 to 3 or 3 to 1, or are you just naming?
Okay, so from 1 to 3, I'm gonna go Fuego.
Fuego's number 1.
And I Just Wanna. Then I would choose.
I fuck with Apologetic. You think I'm sorry? Yo, no, I fuck with that shit.
See, yeah,
I fuck with that shit. I can't fake. I was to that shit in the car on the way to Walmart.
For real?
Dead ass.
Man, it's crazy how a lot of people have different favorite songs.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit right there, it's just like, damn, I really did something with that shit. I like Apologetic because it's just like, like every song I make has like a certain meaning to it. It's just like, with Apologetic, it's like you think I'm sorry, like, fuck no, man.
I'm not sorry. I did what I did, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying? If you feel offended on that, I mean,
I wasn't doing it in spite of you. It was just, you just took it like that. I fuck with that because that's how it should be.
It's really how it be, man. I really don't intend to offend anybody or go all the way and do some spiteful shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shit, if I say something, man, if it's like the dead honest truth, that's just how it is. Sometimes you gotta tell people about themselves, honestly. And when people don't like to hear the truth, they get offended by that. It's just like, I'm sorry, but not really. It's like
you get to a certain age, you're like, damn, bro, I really don't want, I'm not sorry, so I'm not gonna say it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, if I offended you with by telling the truth, then fucking so be it. Like, if you want to get offended by that.
If you get offended by the truth, bro, you live in a bubble.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Honestly, I don't know, when you get offended by something, it's like honestly something you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Like, it's like something it's something you've been ducking and dodging.
But sometimes, a lot of times, actually, the shit that you don't want to hear is shit that you need to hear. Exactly. It's the shit that you need to hear to take that next step.
Honestly, and I think that's what true friends really do. True friends will honestly be honest with you. Like, I don't really associate myself with people that like to sugarcoat shit or, just like
yes man and shit like that.
Yeah, it's just like because you're not gonna grow in this.
Because it's counterproductive. It's like, bro, like if I'm shooting these shots up and I'm letting you listen to my music, you saying everything's good. Well, it's like, let's say for example, all this stuff's not that good. You're setting me up to take all of these bullets and shit.
Right.
And it's like I'm like depending on you for your like opinion for this shit because like I trust you and I value your opinion. But it's like I do that and I drop the shit and everybody says it's bad. All I can do is turn to you and say, why the fuck did you let me do that? But it's like, at the same time, though, you also kind of have to take accountability on yourself as well.
Right. And I appreciate the support, of course. But you know what I'm saying? I love, real honesty. You know what I'm saying? I love to grow. I don't like to feel stuck at all. Like, I gotta keep, I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like, even if I'm good at it. Like, I could shoot threes all day long, you know what I'm saying? I could be, cold as hell from the 3-point line. But, sometimes, if I don't add that next step to my game where I can drive in, penetrate, or, go do, pro moves in the mid-range, I mean, shit, I'm kind of they gonna figure me out how to stop me at one point, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna hold me off on the, make me drive and shit. But if I can't do that, I want to show niggas hey, I got some, aspects of my game and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna that's what a coach does. A coach will develop you, help you, but also be brutally honest with you.
Exactly.
That's what I fuck with.
Because the thing about brutal honesty is, yeah, maybe you say the shit I need to hear, I'm gonna be mad at you for a couple of days, maybe a week. I'm gonna get over that shit though. Because I needed to hear that shit. Now, if you over here lying saying everything's good, and then I try to go put out project after project, and they all come back bad, I'm gonna be mad at you for a long ass time. Because personally, I would feel like I said earlier with accountability, I know that some of that's on me. Maybe majority of it's on me. But it's I look at you for help, and it's you didn't help.
Right.
So it's it just puts you in an odd position.
Yeah, because I would honestly, the situation is me being me, I would say the same thing. I'm hey man, I don't think, you gave it all of this shirt, maybe you should try it this, because this one I'm not really feeling it, or but honestly though, that's how people really message you. Because honestly, if, I really want to mess with you like that, I mean, I would be yeah, man,
Yeah, because I'm not, bro, because that's how you know somebody fuck with you or not. If somebody they're gonna listen to your shit and they're gonna sit there and break down every bit and piece of it so it can come back the best that it possibly could.
Yeah, man.
Come on, bro.
All the process that
I'm gonna end the interview with this question.
Okay. All
right. I need you to think about this for a minute. Whose career would you rather have? Would you rather have Jay-Z's career path or knowing what it is in its entirety, or Drake's career path, not knowing how much higher he can get?
Shit, Drake. Just that moment, that knowing what's next, not knowing what's next. That shit will honestly, that's what keeps it exciting, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Drake doesn't do any wrong things in his career that makes him a bad person or makes him a stupid person. The one where you're gonna get in trouble. It's just shit, Drake could fuck around and make a project and be the one of the biggest shits. Of course Drake is gonna be one of the biggest projects of the year and shit like that. But in terms of damn, Drake could go into a whole other fucking level. He didn't even know it. And then shit, the potential is limitless.
It's I agree with you. I'd much rather have Drake's career because it's I don't think at any point in time, with all due respect to Jay-Z, I don't think at any given point in time in his career, anybody felt okay, he has a chance to be that rapper that not necessarily could pass Michael Jackson, but could put up numbers similar to him.
Yeah.
Drake got that. Drake got that shit, bro. Really and truly, I've been seeing a lot of people kind of compare Michael Jackson and Drake in terms of popularity. Obviously, Michael Jackson's music is way better. you're not getting better than Michael Jackson music wise. The only person I feel like that even graced that's a rapper is Kanye West.
Do you think so? Like, do you think The Weeknd is the modern day?
Oh, bro, yes, literally. The Weeknd is the closest thing we will ever get to Michael Jackson sonically. Now, if we're talking about like in terms of how big they are in their combination, like singing and dancing. Okay, you can say that's Chris Brown. But I feel like that's kind of a weak comparison because okay, he sings and he dances, but he doesn't make like the same type of music that Michael Jackson made.
I feel that. I think okay, so in terms of like the modern day Michael Jackson, I think The Weeknd like is because like I don't know anyone with that vocal range, bro. Like even still like The Weeknd, bro. The Weeknd is awesome and shit like that. The Weeknd is so inspirational.
I was so mad when he didn't. Like, how does he not get nominated for a single Grammy?
I don't know, man. It's just like, because after I was one of the biggest projects.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was one of the biggest projects, like, damn near ever, bro. Like, oh my god. I feel so bad for that man, bro. I hate the Grammys. They're rewriting history right before our eyes. Well, not rewriting it, but it's like they're fucking history up. Like how does Lil Baby not win a Grammy after the year he had?
Even going off shit.
How does Roddy not win a Grammy this year? Like how?
I've first noticed the Grammys like were like doing people wrong when Kendrick lost to Macklemore.
Yeah, that, bro.
I was like, damn. Cause like Good Kid, Mad City, I remember hearing all those songs on the radio. I'm just like, damn. Like these songs are fucking goated. Like I've heard it now, of course, like back in like 6th grade. I'm hearing like Thrift Shop and Macklemore's running.
It's like those are cool songs, don't get me wrong, but it's like a Grammy Award. Like this is the elite of the elite in terms of music.
Right.
This is the award show that everybody's tuned in to watch. I mean, obviously not this year because a lot of the nominees were terrible. But it's like for the most part, this is the award show everybody's watching. I don't get how, and it's like they gotta change up the structure of the academy because I was looking up some shit. I think they said that the percentage of minority, not even just black, like the percentage of minority voters in the academy is only like 16%.
Yes.
So it's like 16% of 1,200. I'm not good at math, so I'm not even gonna try to compute that shit. But it's like 16% of 1,200 people are minorities. So that means even less of that is black people, and black people literally molded music to be what it is today, what it was 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years. Like, this is all shit.
Then they'll take the shit and throw in like a category like urban contemporary.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Like, bro.
I don't.
Like, people work hard like with their music and shit like that, like deadass, and then just, I feel like it's honestly them getting shitted on by like one organization that's just like, I mean, of course, you want this, like, a lot of people want this, like, especially in their music career. And then, like, when time comes to get shit on, like, because of, like, what our group of people just want to, like, base it on popularity.
A group of people that probably have never rapped before a day in their life.
Honestly. It's like, I don't know. I've seen some fucking snubs in my life, man.
Seeing, like, Travis losing the invasion of privacy. Like,
that. Travis is so bad.
Dog, literally every other nominee could have won that bitch. And they gave that bitch to Cardi. They gave it to Cardi B.
The hurt in Travis' face when I saw it, I was like, damn. Cause I know that shit hurted.
Dude.
That shit had to hurt.
That shit had to hurt because it's like, bro, you are literally here. Damn it. I'm pretty sure everybody in that building expected Travis to walk out with a Grammy.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it.
Hey, but it could be like that like snub could lead to something like fucking huge in the future.
Yeah, like with Tyler, like I feel like Flower Boy should have been his album to win a Grammy.
Yeah, of course. Like I think of course Kendrick was gonna win it and shit. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Kendrick's a dope ass artist, like one of the greatest rappers of all time. Yeah, the greatest rapper of all time. In my opinion, Tyler, Andre 3000, because like them.
I feel that. I'm gonna say Wayne, but I feel it was him.
Yeah, Wayne, shit, Wayne definitely top. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like Tyler did like it's just when you look at Tyler's career, this nigga really got better with every project. And then it's like Flower Boy, it's just like the nigga, I don't know what the fuck happened. or anything like that. But
it's like that, bro. I didn't even understand what I had to listen to like 3 or 4 times. I was like, bro, where did he come with this shit? Like, where was this? Where was this? Nigga, where was it during Goblin? Like, what was it during Cherry Bomb?
But you can come low-key here where he was like working towards all these years, you know what I'm saying? And that shit, I was like, damn. It's like, once you put on that shit, it's like fucking mind-blowing.
He has one of the most impressive career arcs of any rapper.
Hell yeah. Like, that nigga's growth is like fucking amazing.
He's had the best growth ever, though. I mean, I guess you could compare his growth to Travis's. I feel like his growth is better than Travis's, though.
I mean, I feel like everyone got their own path and shit. I feel like Travis, I think, okay, here's how I look at it, right? I think Travis was on like 2 different paths. I think he was on the path of like, from him coming up and, you know, making that sound that he like, you know, has now. And then like once he, after Rodeo, because that's where everything fucking fell into place and like for him and all that. Then after Rodeo, I think like him perfecting that sound and making the music that he ultimately wanted to make. I think that like, so I think he was on 2 different journeys in that aspect, in my personal opinion. And I honestly think it paid off because like, you know, Astro World gives you that like, that roller coaster feel, like he's, that concept he was going for, just like, he just did it, you know what I'm saying? And then with Tyler, he just does every concept that he wants to do, and he just makes the best of it and things like that. I feel like, you know, shit, Igor and Flower Boy, like, and that's another when he's like, you know, this is, when Igor came out, this is a Flower Boy, this is a Goblin, this is a Bastard Wolf, Cherry, totally different. And that's what I'm saying, like, these artists that are so fucking good and like well respected, they don't stay the same. They get better with every project, or they change their sound and their style and go for something different.
It's like Travis goes from making that song called Sloppy Toppy with the Migos and what's his name, Pee Wee Longway, to making Wake Up with the Weeknd in like under a span of 10 years. Like, that's insane.
Like they like honestly, yo. Okay, when I see people like and Travis Scott's on the radio, like I'm like, bro, you gotta actually look at what this nigga was getting shitted on.
He was getting shitted on.
For like saying like, oh, he bites Kid Cudi, he bites Kanye West and shit like that. I mean, I didn't think he was biting and shit. You could see like
just influence.
Right. And then when he went on with it and shit, like, bro, this nigga made his own thing. Like, you gotta applaud that shit. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess, like, people got their own style of rap that they like, so I guess they want to shit on another person for it. But in all honesty, like, no, I really think that Travis actually did his shit very well. Plus, Tyler did too. But, you know, one day, shit. This nigga, I think they both have 10 out of 10 projects. I think they're honestly capable of making another 10 out of 10 project and shit. But honestly, they're like, these are the type of people that aren't going to put out like trash music. And these are the people that actually try with their music. So, I mean, you can hear it. Also, like the people they work with. I mean, I love how Tyler like makes all his produces all his music. I get all that aspect, and like that influences me a lot. Then when it comes down to like fucking Travis working with like some of my favorite producers, like fucking Mike Dean. I fucking love Mike Dean. Like that nigga, I love synthesizers. I always love synthesizers. And the way that Mike Dean has been working on some of the greatest projects in our genre, like rap and things like that. Even like working with Beyonce and shit. I mean, it's just like, yo, this nigga's goated, man. And Wonder Girl too. Wonder Girl's like gonna be I believe top producer of all time. Honestly, because she just brings like a so unique style, and like it's just hard to like replicate that. Like people want to be these kinds of people. It's just like them.
So, what should we be expecting of King Goose? Like any new music coming out, any tours, any performances? Like you gotta let the people know a little something, bro. Come on.
Man, I'm working on this thing now called Bronco.
You gotta say it to the camera. You gotta say it to the camera, bro.
I'm working on this thing called Bronco, this musical project called Bronco. This is going to be, in my opinion, I'm going to try to form this into my minimalistic masterpiece because I'm not having like a huge, $1 million budget, things like that. But you know, this is going to be like the masterpiece of my 20-year-old life. It's going to reflect everything on like my ups and downs, you know, my side to side. The main thing is like, you know, life is just like, honestly, it feels like a Bronco to me. You know, Bronco is wild and untamed. You know, I'm a college student, but I'm also like coming into adulthood. You know, the training wheels are off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, some days happy, some days dark. You know what I'm saying? Some days you might feel like you're at your lowest and shit. But when it's all said and done, like, hey, are you gonna keep going with the horses? So, you know, are you gonna join the stampede and keep it pushing, or are you just gonna like get trampled and stay down? You know what I'm saying? And I plan on having a tour. I want to throw my own tour with it, just a mini tour. You know what I'm saying? Around maybe Baton Rouge is included, but for the most part, maybe in New Orleans, things like that. And honestly, I plan to have a lot of dope visuals with it and different concepts with this album, man. I'm working on this shit, and it's gonna be great. I promise. I promise that shit, man.
You gotta speak that shit to existence, bro.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Like I promise, I swear. Like if I don't do anything else, I'm gonna like put my all into this shit. And then when I get better, I'm gonna put my all into the next shit. But right now, I'm focusing on making the best shit possible that I'm capable of right now.
Now, I'm gonna end the interview with a question.
Alright.
When it's all said and done, what do you, King Goose, want to be remembered for?
I want the legacy of just like this jack of all trade legacy, man. I want to do it through music. I want to do something for the community and shit that I like have passion for. Like I want to give opportunities to different kids and different people. I want to have fucking movie theaters out. I want to have clothing stores. I want to have my own brand and shit. I want to just be a self-made man that just, you know, at the end of all of it, I got to say like, hey, I really worked hard with my passion, and now I can literally do whatever the hell I want. You know, I can wake up and I can be like, man, I want to go ride dirt bikes, or man, I want to go fucking ride a horse. I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga said he not a rapper, he's a business. My nigga King Goose, y'all. Thank you for coming through.
No problem, man.